afternoon. Okay, Business Day is here at the Cyber Exchange Conference, and I'm here with Wendy Cheshire, who is the Director of Cybersecurity and Control Risk. What would your advice be for companies to achieve a better security system?
I think it's a really good question because it's actually a very complex answer, but I will try and sum it up quite simply from our perspective. What we find quite interesting from my role is talking to lots of different organisations around the world, and there are lots of lessons to be learned about how organisations can actually proportionally spend their budgets to make sure that they're cyber secure. And the first one is to recognise that, particularly in Western African countries too, is that there's a plethora of information out there. Lots and lots of data, lots of scaremongering, lots of reports that tell you that this is a terrible threat. And to say that there isn't a threat would be wrong, but what's really interesting to look at is actually what that information is actually doing to organisations. What we tend to see is lots of organisations spending lots of money, lots of budget on big, large technology solutions, big bits of kit that the board can easily recognise as creating them a cybersecurity posture that they can really rely on. And what we're saying is that that is a really important step, but it's not the most important step. So from our point of view, we talk to our clients about something called cyber threat intelligence, not information. So all the information that's out there at the moment is streams and streams of data, information that tells you wrong IP addresses, scary bits of malware, nasty viruses to avoid. What we would like to do is see a step back from that and actually really identify the threats that an organisation is actually facing, specifically to them. They can do that at a sector level, so we work very closely with the banking sector in Nigeria, but also down at an individual level. And this is a really cost-effective way to really sensibly, proportionally invest in a really good cybersecurity posture. So what does that mean? What does that look like? That's as simple as a cyber threat assessment done on your organisation. What we'll find is that it will identify three types of actors. So it could be criminals, nation states, or it could be activists, and each one of those will be trying to do one of three things to the data in your organisation. And once you've actually really understood who is trying to do what to your organisation, what you actually then have is a really good sense of a bespoke picture of what is likely to be in your organisation. And then you can look at actually creating your posture, your cybersecurity strategy, your investment plans with your big bits of kit around ring fencing those really important crown jewels of your organisation. And what we find is that lots and lots of organisations cannot possibly protect themselves to military grade standard right across the board. It's just not possible. And even those organisations that do, unfortunately, will suffer a breach at some point. But what we're saying is take a step back from that and really look at your threats first. Really identify in a very quick snapshot assessment at a tactical level, an operational level, and a strategic level. So looking at the industry and the sector that you're in as well, and what's happening around the world, and your geopolitical influences on your attacks, and actually come up with a picture that really will make you much more strong.